All right, dog. Mr. Luke Touma,
What's up, man?
the man, the myth, the legend.
What's happening?
How you been, buddy? You been good?
I've been good, dude.
Good.
I've been real good.
I like your little Hello Kitty mug.
Thanks, man. This is my cup.
Is it
Everyone
really?
knows. Yeah, this is my cup.
Big Hello Kitty girl?
I think the people who lived here before us left it, but Autumn really never uses it. It's kind of just become my cup.
It's a big old
It's
mug, too.
I'm the man of the house. This is my mug.
You're a silly little slut, dude.
Yeah, just a nasty little Hello Kitty bitch.
Just a dirty little dog.
What's up, man?
Not much, bro. So, Mr. Luke freaking Touma, I got to say, you were the first guy that, because when I had met you in Orlando, you started that Milk District comedy show. You were like the first guy that kind of blew me away on stage. You know, you're the first guy I ever saw do 15 minutes of like just pure crowd work. And I was like, dude, who is this guy? Who are these cats that just rolled into Orlando? I was like 4 years into, maybe 3 years into stand-up at the time. And then you just spawned into Orlando during COVID. And I just found that so amazing that now you're one of my good buddies. And we're here in Austin now. And it's like you're also like one of the first guys that I knew that was you're like a real deal comic. You knew so many of the comics in New York.
Yeah.
So where did you? I know you're originally from Buffalo, New York, right? Were you born and raised in Buffalo?
Yeah, Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Would you hop the border all the time?
We would walk over, like, the drinking age was 19 in Canada, but you can get away with a fake there really easily. So, like, when I was, like, 17, 18, 19, we would just walk across the bridge and go get hammered at bars in Canada.
Oh, that's sick, huh?
And, like, everybody from our area would do that. So we'd go to Boston Pizza, which is like a Dave & Buster's. It's like if Dave & Buster's was a little more of a bar.
Uh-huh.
And we would go over there and you'd see, like, 50 kids you knew every time. Every
Really?
Friday, Saturday.
At Dave & Buster's.
Just at basically like a Dave & Buster's.
What were you like as a kid?
Fucking rambunctious and like I don't know, kind of a little like popular, like well liked, kind of a little asshole.
Really, you were an asshole?
A little bit. I was like the funny fat kid who hung out with the good looking popular guys.
I do remember you telling me that. It's funny because I've never seen you as a bigger guy, but you were always.
I wasn't like obese, but I was just kind of chunky and silly and drunk and like loud and.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of a lot like what I was like, honestly.
Yeah, kind of like chubby party boy.
Did you have man boobs?
No, I never got the titties, dude.
Okay.
I carry my weight in my love handles. I'm a love handles cat.
Okay.
I widen.
Okay.
I widen.
I had big old tits, bro.
Yeah.
I had huge knockers, bro.
Dude, I've had some friends who just like, unfortunately, genetically, they carry it in their boobs, and they're just like, I'm like, damn, you got like lady breasts.
Dude, I had.
And sometimes they're not even that fat, dude.
Yeah.
So it's like, obviously, okay, guy's like 400 pounds. It's
yeah.
Like, yeah, he's gonna have man tits. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. But I've seen a guy who's like, man, you're carrying 20 extra pounds on you, and it's all in your titties.
I know God does not love that man.
Nah.
Or maybe he intended him to be a
That's
woman.
fucked up.
It is really fucked up.
It's fucked up.
It is very fucked up. But you just got the love handles. That's it.
Yeah, love handles.
Big
I get
old,
love
big
handles.
old butt too.
Little like I don't get too caked up really.
Okay.
I'm more like I get like the ring. I get like the lower the ring. You know.
But he's got the tire on him.
Yeah, I got the tire on me, dude.
When did you start? Were you? So you're a rambunctious kid.
Class clown.
Class clown. Were your parents together your whole life growing up?
Yeah, and then they divorced when I was out of the house.
Okay. You think they were planning on it?
In the back of their minds, yeah.
They were just kind of out the door.
They were definitely not like connecting.
Okay.
No.
And
my mom was like really kind of crazy and loud and like yelled and screamed a lot, like angry, like crazy kind of angry fits.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was like classic old dude, like checked out.
Wow.
Like emotionally, like as checked out as could be. Like she'd be screaming at the side of his head, and he would just be like flipping the pages on a newspaper.
Oh yeah,
reading.
he's just been hearing it for years.
Been hearing it for years, checked out.
Oh my god.
But then also, and I was always like, she's crazy. But then I also kind of like saw her perspective too, where I'm like, there's a passive aggressiveness to reading a newspaper while someone's like having a conniption.
Yes,
Like, you should acknowledge.
There totally is.
I get it from both sides. It's like if you have a mental breakdown every other day, you can't expect everybody to engage all of those. But
yeah.
also, if your wife is losing her mind, like, I think you got to engage with it a little bit more than reading that you can't. You can't literally pretend like it's not happening.
Yeah, he's definitely doing some button pushing. Maybe just not as open as she is.
Because he's not a yeller.
Yeah.
So he was like, this is my warfare. My warfare is passive aggressively, completely checking out of our life.
Oh yeah.
Not like as a dad, but
Okay.
like as a husband. I think for sure.
He just had enough of it.
Yeah.
It seemed like both you talk about both your parents. They were good people. It seems like.
Yeah, they're cool. They're smart. They like to booze.
Yeah,
they're successful.
And what did your parents do?
They're lawyers.
Lawyers?
My mom was a judge. She retired, but she was
No
a judge,
way.
dude. Yeah.
Judge Touma?
Judge Vitello. She kept her maiden name.
Oh, okay. Judge Vitello?
Vitello.
Vitello.
Yeah.
Italian.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
My grandpa's name was Salvatore Vitello.
Holy
and he was like
moly.
a mob guy. I have some of his old watches, dude. I got to take him to a jeweler and get him like fixed up.
Wow.
They're sick though. And he had big, thick fingers and wrists. Like I have these little like gay lady wrists and things. You know what I mean? Look at these things. Look at these little things. But I got his old watches, dude. They're sick. They're like old mafioso watches.
Wow.
They're badass.
He was legit in the mafia?
I think he was like a low-level dude. He was definitely like, I think he always made money via illegal activity. But I don't know. I don't think he was like some boss or don. Like I don't think he was fucking Tony Soprano. I think he was like a local guy that probably worked under a bigger guy, and he ran some like local scams and stuff.
Were they all? They grew up in Buffalo, or where were they from?
Niagara Falls, yeah. Niagara Falls is like the Italian area of Buffalo.
Okay.
There's a lot of Italians in Buffalo, so there's some in other parts, but like
Yeah.
Niagara Falls is like traditionally been known as like an Italian.
Would you go into the city often at all?
To Buffalo?
No, like the New York City.
Oh no, man!
No.
I mean, it's too far away. Like Buffalo is our version of that would be Toronto.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go to Toronto.
Okay.
And it's huge and was so sick and like blew my mind every time.
I still never been to Toronto.
It's massive and
Is it
it's
really?
like very futuristic looking.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like bigger than Chicago. Like I think it would probably be our second biggest city. I think if it was here.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's massive and very like futuristic looking. A lot of Asians, a lot of cool buildings. You could tell were like designed by
Asians love the cities, bro. They're in every major city. I feel like.
And they kind of got it like fucking. They kind of nail it, right?
Yeah, they really do.
Everything I hear about Tokyo, like Christophe's been to Tokyo and
Very
Egan's been
clean.
to Tokyo. It's a clean, perfect, awesome, fun,
Yeah.
huge. Subway's amazing.
They do fucking nail it, bro.
They kind of just got it down,
They've been nailing it for a long time. I think
right? They just have it figured out.
they really do.
I think the Chinese are gonna curb stomp us when push comes to shove.
You think so?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get. It's gonna be blowout.
You think America won't be America at one point?
I don't know. I think like it would make sense if we like splintered off into like 5 countries, because like every country with as big of a population as ours and as big of a geographic mass is like a shit show.
Yeah,
China's kind of
huge.
I mean, China's like an authoritarian regime,
Mm-hmm.
as is Russia, and India's like unbelievable abject poverty. Like guys living in a ditch eating like poop sandwiches or whatever. Like, I'm just saying, like, none of these countries are doing well. I just don't think like you can't have a country the size of a continent with like 400 million people or more and like expect it to operate well. Like these people have nothing. Dude, a dude from fucking Alabama and a guy from Seattle and a dude from Philly. Like they and a guy from San Diego, like those 4 people have nothing in common with each other.
Nothing in common.
They probably look different. They eat different food. They have different activities. They live in different climates.
Completely different.
They speak differently.
It really is essentially like you go to different countries when you travel across the U.S. For
That's
sure.
why I've been trying to travel more in the U.S.
Bro, it's so big and vast.
Yeah.
And, bouncing me going to Europe, realizing like, oh, man, I've never even, it's crazy that I've been to Paris, I've been to Madrid, I've been to, UK. I've never been to Portland. I've never been to like that northwest area of the U.S.
Me either, really. I've been to Seattle, but I've definitely haven't explored the nature up there, and I think they have like amazing nature.
I'm
up
a
there,
huge
man.
nature boy. I really love the nature
Insane,
shit.
dude. And I kind of think we have, like, America has some of the most unreal nature.
I think we do. I really think we do.
Like, I got to get way deeper on national parks and
especially
stuff.
on that west coast, bro, or the west part of U.S. Unbelievable.
That's
really
also-
unbelievable.
That's kind of something I like now I'm having a kid.
Yeah.
I want to take my I think, like, it would be fun if one of the kids, a few years old, 4 or 5 years old, like,
Yeah.
just take him on a little, like, camping trip, even if it's more, like, glamping or some
Dude,
shit.
that kid's gonna be badass. I think.
Thanks, dude. I'm pretty psyched.
I think the kid's gonna be sick.
I'm psyched, man.
For some reason, I feel like it's gonna be a boy. But
I'm
what are
not-
you leaning more towards?
I know what it is. I'm supposed to not say.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sworn to secrecy by my
You guys
lady.
know that already?
Mm-hmm. Dude, the technology's insane.
Wow. Okay.
I really have, like, a newfound respect for people in the medical field
Wow.
because they can just, the numbers they'll give you about your baby, like, they measure your baby right now. So she's 18 weeks. They measured the top of my baby's head, and then they measured, like, circumference this way and this way. They measured the baby's femur bone and like and one more measurement. And then they like broke them all down into percentiles for this deep into a pregnancy.
Holy
and then
moly.
they can like predict. So now they've predicted. First they give us a due date, and then they were like, we think you're gonna deliver like 3 days before your due date. And then they're like, and we think your baby's gonna be like 7.5 pounds because of these like percentiles of the baby's like femur bone. You know?
Jesus Christ.
Is it nuts?
That is crazy.
It's really wild.
And are you excited? You're ready? Or
I'm psyched.
you guys are staying in the place too?
We're staying in this place, I think, for a minute. It's big and cheap, and I like it here, and it's really convenient.
Bro,
and,
it's so close.
right, dude.
You're even close to me. I was like, damn, this is real right over here.
I'm 5 minutes of downtown. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is pretty sick.
It's nice, man, and I just like that it's affordable. You know.
Affordable indeed. That's what everyone says about Austin, how expensive it is. It's
I don't know.
It's relatively
Dude,
pretty cheap.
I mean, I lived in Boston and New York, like, so I'm just I will never not be pleased with what things cost here.
True.
I guess before maybe it was like unbelievably cheap,
I think it was. I think old Austin people were like, yeah, rent was just crazy cheap.
like $300 or some shit.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous.
Cool, but come on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I remember I was like, we were renting a whole house with like a backyard. My first place. Did you ever go to my place?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember I told my dad, because like Buffalo's super cheap.
Yeah.
So all my friends and family who still live there, it's hard for them to understand what things cost in the rest of the country, because it's one of the cheaper places, especially for like a city.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could buy a house in downtown Buffalo, like, and live in like a walkable neighborhood.
Is it a nice place?
It's getting a lot nicer. It's like way nicer than it was when I was growing up.
Okay.
Like,
Because I know it's kind of like a punchline.
for sure. There's like hipsters moved in because it was so cheap.
Yeah.
And like they've made cool shit that I think you need, and now like there's more development, and they're like building these like big.
Any
really
gays?
Nice parks.
You kind of need the gays for the city, I feel like.
Dude, my aunt said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So there's this city, North Tonawanda, which is like between where I grew up in Buffalo, and apparently their mayor is like a gay dude our age, and she was like, and North Tonawanda was always a dump, and she was like, it's the cutest place ever now.
You
like
kind of need the gays.
He built like bike paths on their waterfront, and then like gave small business loans to people to build shops.
Beautiful.
So now there's like a little village on the waterfront where you could like bike through. Just gayed the whole town up.
I love that.
Just gayed it up.
I love that.
I made it cute as hell.
I do like a gay little town, I'm not going to lie.
I love a gay little town. I'm huge on gay little towns. They're great.
Which Austin is kind of a gay little town, but like a little mix of like some, I'm a cowboy too,
Yeah.
which is where the grooviness comes from, I think.
You ever go to Fredericksburg?
I have it. It's very German town.
Yeah.
Wine country of Texas.
It's pretty.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Whenever I drive through there, me and Ronaldo were driving through there, and like we just kept seeing like just vineyards after vineyards, and I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah, it's sick.
Very beautiful.
I do wish like Texas was prettier. Central Texas, I guess, because I know you guys went to Big Bend, and the pictures looked amazing.
Oh, East Texas is just kind of a dump hole.
Yeah.
It's really just like
East and Central, and like I like Austin a lot, but I wish it was prettier. Like,
Yeah.
the nature's kind of.
it's a little mid. It's a little mid.
Even like Florida's way prettier.
Bro, Florida's unbelievably beautiful.
Yeah, dude, it's like lush and tropical, and everything's like blue and green.
Yeah.
Here, it's like everything starts to get kind of brown. Everything's like a orangey brown.
Yeah, well, there's always like, droughts of like not having water, and
Yeah,
I mean, the hill country is really beautiful.
it is pretty.
Very beautiful, but holy moly. I mean, and yeah, you get to Big Bend, that's beautiful, but there's a long stretch of just like a whole bunch of armpit
Shit.
nothing.
Yeah.
And then East Texas is just oil refineries and big cities, and it's really not that fast. It's not
East
that,
Texas is like where like Texarkana is and stuff, right?
I think Texarkana, yeah. That's like way East Texas. Yeah, that's on the border of I think Arkansas and Texas.
Well, the other thing about here is it's not really like a desert, so you're not getting like an Arizona vibe.
Yeah.
It's not like deserty. It's just kind of this in between, this tweener.
I'll tell you what though, people from Texas really fucking love Texas though.
They
Holy
love it.
moly. They're
I
like
kind of like that. I
they
do
have a
kind of like
huge
it.
pride with Texas.
Yeah, Autumn likes it here more than she liked Orlando as like a place to live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I'm more of. I like it here because of like career stuff.
Yeah.
And my friends being here and stuff. But I'm a Florida. I love Florida.
I
and
love
everybody
Florida, too.
from Buffalo loves Florida.
Really?
They love Florida.
Okay.
I think the whole like everybody from the states of like New York and New Jersey, like they're big Florida people. They love
Bro,
Florida.
I mean I went to school with so many like,
Jews
Just-
and Italians and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, well, a lot of Puerto Ricans, and
Yeah.
all of them are from Brooklyn or whatever. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of you just grew up with a lot of New Yorkers in Florida.
There's a real connection there.
Yeah, there's a huge connection. There's like a direct pipeline of New Yorkers to Florida.
Yeah.
Did you play sports in high school?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, I played football, but only for like the first couple of years. It was like my high school was so good at football that like once everybody started growing.
Yeah.
And we also like recruited players in like a way that I think was like technically they like worked around whatever the rules were.
Yeah.
But they basically like it was a big Catholic high school, all boys Catholic school, and they brought in like all of the nastiest athletes from the hoods around Buffalo and Niagara
Let's
Falls.
go.
And they were unreal, dude. And like some white boys, and then they would get the best players in like Canada, like the nation of Canada, to come play football for us.
What the
or
hell?
at least like Ontario,
Yeah.
Like, for example, here's a good, like, this is the type of athletes that were at my high school. My junior year, there was like a pep rally. We had a regulation rim dunk contest. And, dude, I remember my friend, this kid, Matt Hart, who ended up playing, he was white, though, but he played for George Washington, I think, George Mason, one of those. He, like, played in the March Madness tournament. But he did a 360 dunk and, like yammed it down.
Whole place going crazy.
Dude, they were like, there's this kid, Pierre. He was, like, doing, like, a through the legs. It was insane.
Black kids scattering the whole fucking
It was crazy,
gymnasium.
dude. They did it was just a regular rim. And I told my buddies, because all my like best friends went to this like public school, this local public school.
Yeah.
And I was telling them about it, and they were like, we don't have one kid that can dunk. They were like, there's nobody at our high school that can dunk a basketball. And I was like, we had a dunk contest.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You guys I wouldn't expect that from Buffalo, New York.
No, it was like these up there, and I wonder if it's a thing in like other like places with a lot of like Catholics and Catholic schools. Like, the Catholic schools were like pretty intense about their sports.
Really?
Yeah, they were like really into like we want the best football team, the best.
I guess it's like that in Florida too. Like Montverde is fucking nasty.
Yeah, you guys have IMG too.
IMG's another big. Is IMG Catholic school?
I don't know, or is it just like a prep academy for athletes?
I feel like all those privates they always are kind of linked to the church somehow.
I feel like the whole South though, the athletes are just nuts. Like Florida,
Texas. Florida and Texas, them
Dude,
boys,
unbelievable,
cornbread monsters.
Yeah, that's like I'm hoping that like I'm hoping my kid is better at sports than I was, just by virtue of the fact that they'll be around all these like athletes, and you'll be like if they grow up down here,
Yeah.
you'll be able to like be around athletes and play year round and stuff like that.
So you weren't a baseball player?
Nah, I played football. I should have. I played like little league when I was little.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have done different sports. I kind of wish I wrestled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish I did something that like I didn't need to be huge for. Because like at my size, like I'm 5'9", like the kids who were by the time we were like juniors, seniors, the kids who were like my height on the football team ran like 4.5s, 40s. Like they
Jesus
were like,
Christ.
yeah, dude, they were just nasty. And I was like, well, I'm not like a track star.
Yeah.
Like I thought, when we were all the same size, I was like, oh, I'm kind of strong and I can like, get like rush the QB and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you just stop growing and you're like, well, now all the guys who are my size on the team are like flying around.
Right.
Yeah.
So, when did you start stand-up? You started in Boston?
Yeah, when I was 19.
Were you going to college there?
Mm-hmm. I went to Emerson for like a year.
You never finished college though, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Good for you.
Did you go to school?
I went to like community college for 2 years, and I'm like, this is a waste of time.
Yeah, same.
Which is crazy because I'm kind of like you. I come from a very like educated background,
Yeah.
Like I had a college fund for me and everything, and I just my passion wasn't there with it.
Yeah,
was a
for
waste
sure.
of time. I could have plowed through it, and I mean, I think it worked out all right for me. I think
Yeah.
everything's going okay, but you dropped out and you started stand up 19 years old, which is pretty young, right?
Yeah.
That's very young for stand up.
Yeah, it was. It was a fun experience too because my buddies, when I started, we had like a great group of friends. Kind of like, I didn't really have it again until I lived in Orlando with you guys.
Who were the cats that you started with?
None of them are really doing it anymore.
Oh, that sucks.
My buddy Dylan, his name's Dylan Krasinski. He still does stand up.
Yeah.
But I think he's the only one really still doing it. My buddy Sam Mike is really funny. I don't know how much he's doing stand up. Like, we had a good crew, but most of them are like, if they're doing it, they'll do it like occasionally.
What do you think makes a person quit doing stand up? They just like, I can't. They just get a family.
A couple of guys got families. I think that I think you can really wash out of doing stand up in New York. I think a lot of my friends moved to New York.
Okay.
And I think it's underrated how hard it is.
Bro, I mean, it seems so intimidating with New York because I have so many friends there, and I barely ever go to New York.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the stage time is not plentiful for everybody. That's like kind of a myth. Like the stage time's amazing, I think, if you're like really a made man. And most of those people now are like kind of famous.
Yeah.
Like, or at least they have like a big audience. Like they're pretty successful just for relative to any comic anywhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're someone like obviously like Mark Norman or something, but like or like whatever the rungs below that are, like Jordan Jensen or like Brendan Sagler or those people like who are friends of mine and they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But I think stage time's amazing for them. But if you're like, I don't know, if you don't start working your way up through the thing, I think a lot of my buddies just like really never got to do like actual shows anymore, like we used to do in Boston. And they were like, this kind of sucks.
So how long were you in Boston for doing stand-up?
3 years.
3 years?
And then I moved to New York.
You said, you kind of hit the ceiling in Boston?
That's what it felt like, yeah.
What was the show you started in Boston?
We had a bunch. So we our whole crew, which was like 12 dudes, we kind of like ran all these little bar shows around town.
Okay.
And then like Boston's just like a fun place to do stand-up. And there were more people that wanted to do comedy than there were shows. That's how I felt.
Wow.
So like a bunch of people started these shows. And then they would all get packed out, and then you could add a second and a third night. And now in Boston, there's like twice as many as there were when we were doing it.
Really?
There's a crazy stage time.
Wow.
So like I'm going back up there in June, and I just got like booked to headline some room that's supposed to be like Butterly told me it's like amazing. I never heard of it, but there's like these things popping up all the time. They're kind of these like comic run, like DIY kind of like East Austin, but like less legit. That's what we were doing.
Okay.
It would be something like East Austin, but like. It's like a bar show where the bar would let us do it like multiple times a week.
That's pretty
sick. You know what I mean? Like we weren't like paying rent on a fucking venue or something.
Yeah.
But we would just like find an Irish pub with no business who had a cool back room and just sell tickets on like Eventbrite and people would like pack in. And so then we had all this like cool little setup of all these shows. And I was just like doing that for money. And I was a tour. We were all tour guides at the same tour guide company too.
No way.
So we all ran shows together, and we were tour guides, and we would all like go up to like Maine and New Hampshire and do these like brewery shows. Like there's each like state in New England kind of has like the little ones have like a guy who like books a bunch of stuff in that state. So there's like a New Hampshire guy, and there's like a Maine guy, and there's like a Vermont person.
Wow.
And they'll kind of like book you on a bunch of shit.
We
kind of had a system going, and I remember I was making like doing all that and like. Being a tour guide, I think I was making like $700 a week cash.
Is that good at the time?
It was enough for me. I was like 21.
Oh yeah.
And my rent was like $800, and
Okay.
I didn't have any nice things, but I like loved my life.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
Good.
like drink with my friends and wear the same clothes for 2 years, and like I didn't have a car.
Yeah. You didn't have a car either.
No, just take the subway.
You can get by without a car in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. It was really fun, but then I moved to New York because I also like met a lot of the bigger guys in New York because they would come through Boston and do a bunch of our stuff.
So you got good connections in Boston?
Yeah, because it's really close to New York, and a lot of them came up.
Okay.
And then I met I started meeting the Philly guys too because we would go to Philly because they kind of had a similar thing up there. So
yeah,
that's
you
when
should
I met.
do. I remember you telling me about you met like Shane Gillis. I mean, like a decade ago.
Yeah.
Doing shows in Philly, or was he doing them in Boston?
He would come to Boston. Him and Chris. Him and O'Connor,
Wow.
who's still like one of my best friends, but I met them a really long time ago.
When you were just a cute little twink boy.
When I was a cute little twink boy, and they would come headline my buddy Sam's show, and they would stay in his bedroom like it was an Airbnb, and then he would just go crash with his girlfriend for the weekend.
Oh yeah.
And like so that was the way he would get like some bigger, funnier comedians to come down, as he'd be like, "We got a room for you, like you don't have to pay for a hotel or something." And it was just his apartment.
Shane Gillis was a big comic at the time.
He wasn't big then, but like everybody always thought he was really funny.
Good. Cool.
We like heard he was pretty nasty.
He was the guy.
You'd hear through the grapevine. There was like a few guys like that. He obviously like became way more successul than the rest of them. But he was always some dude like I remember I was friends with this kid Mecky Leeper, he's like a successful actor now, really successful, and he was like telling me like the funniest guy, because he was a Philly comic. He was like the funniest guy in Philly is this guy Shane. And then I saw him, and I was like, yeah, this kid's funny as hell.
Damn, that's sick.
Yeah.
Now
I definitely didn't know he'd be like the most famous comedian of all time.
Yeah.
But it's pretty sick.
It is kind of crazy.
It's pretty cool.
So when you made that jump from New York to Boston, was it like hard in the beginning, or did
New
you
York?
just hit the ground running? Yeah.
it wasn't that hard because I knew a lot of people, and I think I was just like young and excited.
Yeah.
Like I moved there when I was like 22.
That's okay. That's still very young.
So
yeah.
I was still like, everything was awesome.
Yeah, you still had the shimmer in your eyes.
The shimmer and a lot of energy and like very determined. And I knew a lot of people, so I think I got to start with an easier. Like I think some people just moved to New York and they don't know anybody, and then you're just doing like open mics for 5 people in like some basement.
Bro.
And it's like really sad.
And that never got to you though?
I just didn't feel like I had to do it as much because I could get booked on some like booked shows enough, and I knew some comedians, and then like, yeah, I just kind of got connected, and then I met Tim and I started opening for him, and then he would make, it was when Facebook was a thing, Tim would like make a Facebook post that like I was really funny and people should book me, and then that would help me get booked at more places. Yeah.
So how did you? When was the first time you met Tim Dillon? Because you were like, are you comfortable saying you're great friends with Tim Dillon?
Oh yeah, he's one of my best friends.
Yeah. When did you meet him? Where was the first time meeting Tim Dillon?
Oh, that was he would come to Boston the way like all the other people would.
Wow.
From New York, yeah. And I met him there, but I don't think he like I think he probably barely remembered me. And then I ran this show at this club called the Comic Strip with one of my buddies.
Yeah.
And we booked him on it, and then we had fun. And then he was like, you know, obviously I thought he was hilarious. But then we just kind of went. My college buddies were there, even though I dropped out.
Yeah.
Some of them came to the show, and then like we went out to a bar after, and he came and hung out, even though he doesn't drink.
Okay.
And then the next day he was like, I like that you have like real friends who aren't like loser comedians. You know, you get like a guy with like a social life, like, you know, like a lot of these people are like dogs, like they live like dogs. Like you're not like a rat, like a derelict, you know. So you should like open for me, like, bring on the road, like you do stage time, you know.
So yeah, because you started opening for Tim before Tim Dillon was Tim Dillon.
Yeah.
Like you watched his career go from, like, I mean, it wasn't like I wouldn't say shitty, but he didn't have like a great career, right? And
he was kind of doing well, but it was like doing well then was different than now. Like he transitioned almost to like the internet. He was getting like industry stuff, but it wasn't like panning out because it kind of didn't pan out for almost anybody because it was like this stamp of approval. Yeah. And then like you might maybe sell like a pilot and you'd get like a nice little check. But then they would, like, I knew a bunch of people who sold pilots. I don't know if any of them became actual TV series.
Why would they just give out checks for pilots and
dude,
they do nothing with it?
Though, they used to be like, they give you like $500,000. Like,
for nothing.
For nothing. Like, way before, when I was like, you know, in kindergarten or whatever.
What the hell?
I hear stories like that. Like Aries Spears. Yeah. Like guys like that who were like coming up in like 2001, they would just get like $600,000 from ABC to like, yeah.
That's sick as fuck.
I don't know, I guess these companies just have a lot of money.
Yeah, I guess they do.
And they can just give it out to anybody they think is like, you know, talented at all.
So when you hit the road with Tim, what were the shows like? Were they always packed out? Were they half full? Were they one-nighters?
They were like a lot of one-nighters or weekends, like, but he wasn't. It was like papered rooms. Like he didn't have any fans. He had a little podcast on Gas Digital, which just, I think it became his pod now. Like he just changed the name, but it was called Tim Dillon Is Going to Hell, and like, but it wasn't big at all.
He maybe had like a few fans.
Yeah, it was like you'd never like when I was opening for him then, like there were never people being like, "Hey, we love you."
Really?
Yeah, it was just randos. We do like a casino, like Mohegan Sun. Yeah, it was like a comedy club in a casino, and it would just be random boomers.
Wow. And
he'd still kill. I mean,
he would still do well.
Oh yeah. I mean, I thought he was like I still do, but I'd like, it was like this guy's like maybe the funniest person I've ever met.
He is immensely funny.
Yeah, I like couldn't believe how funny he was. He would make me piss myself, dude. He was it's like he was doing. We'd be like sleeping in a hotel room with 2 double beds, and it was always like right when we were like, you could tell we were like just falling asleep. And he'd start doing a bit, but we're both like laying in our bed in the dark. He would just start doing a bit, and I would like laugh. I would like be in tears laughing. Like we knew this chick with this like really, like deep, grovelly voice. Yeah, he was like, "Hey, it's me, Luke. I'd love to book you on my show." Because I had a meeting with the manager last week. I went to his office, whipped my cock out, put it on the table. The manager said, "My God, that's the biggest cock I've ever seen." Like, he started like doing an imitation of it. It was so funny, dude. Yeah, but he would always break into these really like psychotic bits just in conversation, and they would make me laugh so hard.
That must be so wild seeing that.
He still does it.
Go.
We were in the car in L.A. and he started doing this bit of like Sebastian Maniscalco got booked to do an arena in Gaza.
Yeah.
He's going, these guys, they got no feet. You got your heads cut off. Aren't you embarrassed? This guy lives in a pile of rubble. He started doing like, what if Sebastian was in Gaza? Dude, he's so funny. He really makes me laugh.
That's incredible to see that, to go from sleeping in a double bedroom with Tim Dillon to, I mean, he would never even dream of doing that now. I feel like he's a lavish man, right?
Yeah, he's a rich gay guy.
Yeah. So what an experience that is.
It is fun, like, hanging now, though, because he's a rich gay guy, so he has rich gay taste. You just get to do the sickest stuff ever.
Oh, that's so much fun.
Eat the most delicious food. And, like, he'll go, like, well, I got us, he'll, like, get a room at some fucking place in SoCal.
Yeah.
Like, we went to Laguna Beach. He's like, I got us, like, a room so we could, like, change in it, like, bathing suits and then go, hang at the beach. Because it was, like, a private beach club hotel. Yeah. Dude, this place was unreal.
Yeah.
It literally, I felt like I was, like, in the Amalfi Coast or some shit.
That's crazy.
And then you're eating, like, seafood and stuff.
Ugh.
Yeah, you just do gay guy stuff.
Ugh.
Just rich gay guy stuff. It's so sick.
Have you ever seen him have a boyfriend?
I don't think he's had, like, a serious boyfriend since I've known him. I've met guys he's, like, dating. Nice
That
dudes.
still blows my mind that he's gay.
He's really gay when you know him.
Is he really?
He checks out dudes the way we check out chicks.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. I mean, and he's got, like, gay guy interests. Like, he loves Broadway and stuff. And, like, fine dining.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's into stuff that, like, none of my friends are into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly gay guy interest.
Yeah. Broadway shows and New York fine dining.
Which I'm not going to lie, I kind of would be into that a little bit.
Dude, it rules.
Yeah.
It all rules.
I would love to do Broadway shows and fine dining.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So you were cutting your teeth for a while in New York City. What was that like? I mean, how quickly did it take for you to go on the road with Tim, or how, like, did you ever get burnt out there at all?
No, I mean, definitely not at that time.
Where were you past? Like, what were the clubs you passed?
I would work the Stand, and I would work, like, the shittier clubs at that point, and then I'll go on the road with Tim. Not to call them shitty, but, like, the Grizzly Pear and the this and the that. Like, and then there was always, like, new rooms popping up.
Yeah. How long were you in New York
The Village
for?
Lantern, stuff like that.
The Village Lantern, yes.
I was there for 3 years.
In New York?
Yeah.
You were only there for 3 years?
Well, I was there for 3 years, and then I moved back after I went to Orlando. I probably should have just moved straight here, to be honest.
Wait. I felt like you were in New York for much longer. You were only there for 3 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was 2017 to 2020. And then I moved December 2020 to Orlando. And then I was in Orlando for, a year and a half?
Okay, yeah.
And then I moved back to New York and was there for 2 years, and then I moved here.
Okay. So,
which, like, I missed New York a lot, but I think, like, in hindsight, it would have been nice if I just moved straight here.
Straight to Austin.
Yeah, I think so.
So, and also, I mean, you started doing this thing with Snapchat, right?
Yeah.
How did that fall into your lap?
Well, I started doing the Man on the Street show.
The Man on the Street
travel
show. Yeah.
Excuse me, what? It's really fun.
Why did you start doing that?
I was putting up crowd work clips in 2018. I was like one of the only people doing it.
Okay.
And my friends thought it was retarded.
Yeah.
They were like, this is bizarre.
Really?
What are you doing?
Buddy was ahead of his time.
Yeah, and then this digital media company reached out to me from those, and then they were like, we'd like to interview you for the host of the show. You'd be doing a funny interview show where you'd be traveling around the country and weird places. And then I interviewed for it, and then they were like, yeah, we want you to be the host of it. And then I was sick. And then the pandemic happened. I probably talked to them in January 2020, and then the pandemic happened, and then I was waiting tables that whole time as a day job. The whole time I was in New York, I was either bartending, waiting tables, or working manual labor, landscaping, or I was a mover or something.
Yeah.
And then I just reached back out to them, and I was like, am I still good to host your show? And they were like, are you cool doing it during the pandemic? Because it was spooky pandemic time. And I was like, yeah. And at that point, I was already sick of COVID. I was like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go talk to... I would interview, like, lunatics in the middle of New York, and people were like, aren't you worried about dying of the virus? And I was like...
Trying to get this bread, brother.
Yeah, dude. And then that was why
Trying to get these man on the street
move.
clips.
That's why it was so fun to move to Florida, because everybody in the state of Florida had my exact mindset towards COVID.
Well, so how
They're
did
like,
this
"Fuck
this media company just reached out to you and were like, can you host this show?
Like, we'd like to consider you as a host for this project that we're working on. Could we, like, set up an interview over Zoom?
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's what a stroke of fortune. I mean, that's pretty sick.
It is, yeah.
I feel like I thought you had started the show on your own and
No.
you were grinding at it for years, and then eventually somehow you gotten in with Snapchat, which
No, like, they got in with Snapchat because they were, like, a successful digital media company with, like, connections to super successful people in the media sphere and
So-
social, like, you know.
you didn't start the Snapchat show until you got to Orlando?
Yeah, I was already in Orlando, and then they told me because it was a YouTube show, and then we did Instagram and, like, TikTok clips and stuff, and that's
Okay.
where the show was big.
And you were bouncing all around though, right?
Like, traveling to film it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where were some crazy places you went?
Oh, dude, we went to this place called Redneck Rave, which was in this town called Horse Cave, Kentucky, and it was like a redneck white rapper, like, makeshift music festival on just some dude's land. And it was just like 500 of these, like, rednecky, like, everybody looked like Yellow Wolf or, like, Jelly Roll or
Jesus
something.
Christ.
I always think of, like, was Jelly Roll there? Because it was, like, years ago. Everybody was like a Jelly Roll type. They were like white guys with face tattoos, and they're like, I'm from the South. Like, I'm from the motherfucking South. That was sick because it was like just dudes made a fake music festival. Not fake, but like
Yeah.
they just did a DIY music festival in like their backyard in the middle of nowhere,
I
Kentucky.
do remember you telling me about that, yeah.
Dude, yeah, and they were all like getting shit faced and driving 4-wheelers around, and then they would like go on the stage, like, but they had a legit like stage.
A bunch of fat women twerking.
Fat women
There's
twerking.
a lot of fat women.
We went to the gathering of the Juggalos.
Okay, fun.
That was unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was like some of the most fun I ever had doing the show. We went to a nudist colony in Florida. That was pretty fun.
What part
That
of
was pretty
Florida was
weird.
this?
I think it was somewhere in Central Florida. It might have been outside of Tampa.
Okay.
I don't really know. But, yeah, I'm trying to think of other weird... Oh,
And they're paying you money to do this.
they were paying me very little money, but
Okay.
then they were covering all the travel, and then I would get, like, they give me money for food and shit when I was on the road.
Okay.
But I was getting, like, a little bit of money. But then the deal was, like, I would get, like, a percentage of all the money we made on top of my little, like, here's your per episode
And did they
thing.
make money?
We weren't at first, and then we started to make a little bit, and then it went to Snapchat, and then we made a ton. And even my little piece of the money was, like, a ton of money.
Yeah.
And I was like, my life is... It's the first time I had any money.
How did they make, because I remember Christophe telling me a little bit about, the stuff he was making. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like, how were they making money off of this?
Well, like, the Snapchat shows were, like... It was, like, the app had, like, 500 million users.
Holy
because
shit.
everybody just uses it.
Yeah.
And then there were these like shows, which are like little like web series. A lot of them were like, whatever. But
Yeah.
but there was you couldn't just upload to the platform. Like
Right.
you had to like get signed with them and like have a show greenlit. So then it's like, imagine if there's 500 million people using an app, but only 500 people can post on it.
That's pretty insane. Yeah.
And then they would run these ads all the time, and you had to be like squeaky clean. You couldn't curse.
Okay.
You couldn't really like say anything sexual.
Okay.
You had to like really like, and you get slapped on the wrist all the time for like any little infraction. And I think that's part of the reason why the money was so good, because they would have like all these advertisers, and they're like, it's like family friendly. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still do the Snapchat store now, right?
I still do left, right, center.
Left, right,
Like,
center.
Yeah, not as much as I used to, but I still do it. I mean, it's still like decent income, and I know a lot of people watch it, so I feel kind of like responsible to do it. Obligated.
How often do you do an episode?
I still do it like once a week, maybe more. If I'm really cooking, but I'm inconsistent. Like I get really bored of it, and then I stop doing it for a while.
How do you just stop doing it? There's no one on your pressing you to do it?
I can do whenever I want.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Nobody's
cool.
like on my ass about it.
Cool.
But people are like people really watch every episode of it.
Wow. How many viewers do you say watch it?
Now it's not big. It's like, I mean, it is kind of big. It's like 25,000.
That's pretty fucking big. Yeah.
It used to. I just like compare it to when the time you're talking about,
Yeah.
when everything was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you tossed that like, so you guys had come to Orlando. You started this show, Milk District Comedy,
It's like a comedy room. Yeah.
which is like, I mean, it's still one of the best shows in Orlando. And like, it was guys like me, Cam Patterson, and
David Jolly,
and obviously Christophe Jean,
Christophe.
and all the boys, Billy, Captain Wright.
Yeah.
And we're
So
like,
fun.
what the hell is this? Who just spawned out of nowhere and just started this comedy, room?
Yeah.
And it was just like, it was you and Anjan,
John.
and you guys started this incredible show. And I will say that was the first place I learned how to do like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
The first place I learned how to do crowd work. It made me so much better at stand up. It was such a crucial room for my career. A crucial room for a lot of people's careers. I mean, Cam, I was there the night when you guys told Cam, like, dude, come back every
back every week, and you could just open the show and do like 15 minutes.
At the time, I didn't know Cam was as good as he was. I feel like you guys knew because you guys were around a lot.
It was bizarre.
I didn't understand. I always thought there was like another level above him, I always thought there was like
Not that quickly, though.
I know. I didn't know. I didn't understand.
Dude, he would do like 15 minutes of material and like kill as hard as me or harder. And I had been doing it for years and years, and he had been doing it for like 6 months.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then you met up with Christophe Jean and
became friends with Christophe there.
Yeah.
And then Christophe moved to we both moved to New York because he wanted to move to New York and I wanted to move back to New York.
Yeah.
And then we moved to New York, and then I was like, let's do a fucking podcast, man.
Rough week. Which I tell him this all the time. Dude, I think that Rough Week is, if I had to invest money into a podcast like it was a stock market, I believe in Rough Week so much.
Thanks, dude.
Bro, you guys are so quick. The riffs on it are unreal. It's like, it's a lot like a Come Town, but not as, a little more professional. I mean, you guys have like, always all these different guests on all the time.
Yeah.
But the dynamic that you and Christophe have is just unbelievable. It's so good.
The chemistry's pretty awesome.
It's
kind of insane. It's like I did a podcast. I like guested on someone's show the other day, which was like a riffy, funny podcast. And my friends, Dad Meat, like Rainey and Butterly.
Yeah.
Which they have us on all the time. They've been so nice to us, and like we got a great crew of people like doing each other's pods right now. I feel like with us and like Ridley and like Dad Meat and like Josh and Matt and stuff. Like,
yes,
we have a nice little like mix we're in, and it's really fun. And I think like we got a nice crew of people online that like keep up with all the pods and like to watch us like collaborate with each other, which has been like really fun. But I did Dad Meet, and I thought I was funny on it, but I'm like, man, if Christophe was here, it's just like if we do a pod together, I know we're gonna be like,
you guys feed off each other.
Yeah, 100%. We're gonna be fired on all cylinders.
I could see that. I could totally see that.
It's like because we just know how to like alley-oop each other.
Right.
We know like one guy will come up with one guy will go blah blah blah, and that's like the premise, and then we kind of just start like acting it out and making it weirder and weirder.
And it's amazing.
We can both bounce off, like it can go longer.
I've seen it translate into your act too now. I've seen
100%.
I see like a lot of the Rough Week in your act now, and I'm like, dog, you guys are in the fucking zone.
We're kind of in the pocket.
You guys really are. I think Austin was the greatest move you could make.
I know, dude. It's been amazing.
Which fast forward to now, like everything's worked out very well for you in Austin. You say, right?
I think it's been awesome.
Yeah. You see yourself staying here for a while?
I kind of think so. I mean, it's going really well. I'm having a kid. It's affordable. My friends are here. The stage time's amazing. My podcast is doing well, partially because we do all these other friends' podcasts who all live here.
Yeah.
Like, everything just feels like it's kind of set up to do well. I miss New York a lot, but I'm like, I don't really have a good reason to move back.
Yeah. There is no reason, I don't think.
Not really.
Yeah.
It's like Christophe's not going to move back. Why would we move back now and probably get way worse stage time?
Yeah. How many shows were you doing in New York when you were there?
I was doing a lot, but a lot of us were doing, like, all the podcast people who were there, a lot of us were doing a ton of shows at Brooklyn Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Which is in Williamsburg. And that was a great room, but it was like, every line was always like me, the Are You Garbage guys, Christophe would do it, Chris and Tommy.
Yeah.
Ryan Long, Tyler Fisher, like all these like kind of people that were Andre Kim.
Okay.
Like it was just like a different lineups in other clubs. And then they had a lot of people who were like all those guys also were like past at the cellar for the most part. And then like they had a lot of like regular just seller comics would come through. But I just felt like that was kind of our little like for me and my friends or like whatever we do or like podcast people, that felt like our like kind of home club.
Yeah.
But it closed down. But I would do that like a few times a week, and then I would maybe do a show at the stand, and I would do like a couple at Sesh or like barbershop or like these little rooms. But
do you think you're ever? You mentioned Are You Garbage? Are you boys with the Are You Garbage guys?
yeah, they're all. I mean, we're not like super good friends, but they've done our pod, and they're like those
Have
guys.
they done your pod?
Yeah, like they were nice enough to do it when like we might have had like 7 listeners, and they came on and
Wait,
did it.
Are You Garbage did your pod?
Yeah, it was awesome,
Wow,
dude.
I didn't know that.
It was so fun. I love those guys. They're like awesome dudes, and they're
great.
just a great hang, and they're really nice. And Kevin's given me like a lot of advice that has been great advice, and they were nice enough to do the pod when there was literally no reason to do it other than just being nice to us.
That's freaking beautiful.
Yeah, those guys fucking rule.
Well, I gotta say, it's getting hot as fuck. I feel like I asked what I wanted to ask. I don't even know where we are at time, but
We're 46.
that's good enough for me.
Yeah, it's getting a little sweaty here.
It's getting hot as
Yeah.
shit. Buddy, well, I love you very much.
Love you too,
Congratulations
man.
on the kid.
Thanks
Any
so
parting
much,
words
man.
you'd like to say?
Oh, listen to Tony's podcast. Check out his other episodes.
Heck yeah. Love you, buddy.
Love you too, man.